At first, I took swim lessons, not competitively, but just to learn how to swim.
And so we did that for a couple of years, and also tap dancing. So he was a little bit of a tap dancer until he grew too big and we had a hard time getting shoes, tap shoes for his feet size. And then after 2 years of being in the swim school, they're like, look, he's getting bored with people not trying hard.
I was recommended by the coach to join the competitive swim team, the Athens Bulldog Swim Club. And from there, I started swimming competitively.
He wasn't a known swimmer as a 13-year-old, and as a 14-year-old, he ended up being a high point scorer.
My first title I got at my 13-14 age group state championship, where I won the 1,000 freestyle, and I remember being super happy about the occasion because I never thought I could win that event, especially because some of the competition got ahead really far, but at the end I managed to catch up and I beat him by 100th of a second to win the state title.
And he won the 400 IM in quite dominating fashion in the 500 and placed well in everything else and helped his relays out.
So going off the block, if you hesitate for like the slightest moment, like the blink of an eye, that can give or lose you 100th of a second, then after that, every small mistake or everything you do good can drop hundreds of seconds or add them, especially turns, because that's the point where you have to go into the wall and get out as fast as you can. For my club team, Athens Bulldog Swim Club, I'm racing kids my age, but for the high school state swim meets, I'm racing freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. At the high school state championship for our high school division, Cedar placed in the top 10, which was the first time it's done it, I believe.
And was a finalist at the state high school championships as a 9th grader.
And I'm aiming for the podium next year.
His best swimming's definitely ahead of him. He is improving every day. And what's really interesting is he's very good at listening, and he's very good at paying attention to detail when he practices. And great athletes don't just go up and down and get tired. They're thinking all the time, and they're trying to do the little things right so they can get really good at what they want to do. And Chris, for his age, does that about as well as anyone.
Really has been very focused for about a year and a half of just wanting to be the best he can be and doing all that he can.
I really like to focus on a specific thing when I'm swimming. Work on something to make it faster, more efficient, rather than just swimming because I have to.
And he's very dedicated. He's very detail-oriented.
I think I put a lot of focus on attention to detail because I love to work on my technique rather than just power.
If you see him after practice on his phone, he doesn't check his texts, he actually takes notes.
When my coaches give us drills in practice, I really try to apply what we learned in those drills to my stroke. Freestyle is where you keep a nice and steady kick going up and down, and you're gonna have your arms going above your head and pulling under the water. Backstroke, it's similar to freestyle, but it's on your back. So you still have the same steady kick, and it's essentially the same thing, but you're laying on your back, and you're gonna have an overwater recovery and underwater pull. Butterfly is what I believe to be the toughest, because you're gonna have a kick like a dolphin with both feet moving at the same time. And for your stroke, you're gonna pull through the water, and then you're gonna recover your arms over the water. Breaststroke, which is one of my favorites, it's kind of like a frog kick where you bend your knees and you pull your leg up, you bend your knees, you bring it around, then you kick it down, and the stroke you kind of pull out, make a diamond, bring it in, and then shoot out and glide.
And enjoys competition, but in a way that it's positive for everybody. If he can help a teammate out, he will, because he knows the better they swim, the better competition he has in practice, and the more he gets pushed. And I think that kind of makes for a good swimmer.
There's still a couple of weak points in my swimming. Like, I'm not as good in butterfly, but I'm trying to work on that and my coaches to become more efficient so I can swim events like the 200 fly and the 100 fly. So I don't think I'm perfect, but there is still room to grow.
Well, he's about as perfect as 15-year-olds come. I mean, he's an easygoing kid. He's thankful for everything he gets, whether it's me or the teachers or the coaches.
He actually made history for our team because we give an award out. It's called the Paige Wilson Award, and it is for the person that is the best role model in the eyes of their teammates. And the fact that he came in as a 9th grader and had everybody that were seniors and on down voted for him as their best role model sort of blew my mind. I've been coaching for over 40 years.
Every time we get up for morning swim, we're sitting in the car and he goes like, "Thanks, Mom, for taking me to practice." And it's easy to get up for him because he's thankful and says thanks to everybody. Asks me how my day is. I mean, what 15-year-old does that?
I feel like my competitiveness also translates into school because I want to be like the top of the class. If we do a test, I want to be the person who gets 100 on that test.
Chris has so much enthusiasm for learning. He seems to really enjoy being in class. And that's, as a teacher, that's really fun because sometimes you know that students are here under duress. They know they have to check this class off and take it. But I feel like Chris would be here even if he didn't have to be here. He has told me that there will be times that swimming is going to be very time consuming, and he's asked to get ahead on reading and kind of plan, which I think is really impressive for a high school student to kind of want to map things out so that they don't fall behind in their studies and classes, and so they can keep up the rigor of athletics and the rigor of academics. That's hard to do.
He's definitely special. He's very humble. And I think the thing that makes him really better than just him being what he does in the pool or in the classroom, he makes people around him better every day. He races, he has a great attitude. You could say he honors his teammates with his attitude and his effort every day when he walks in.
Seeing how I've grown, I still think I got a lot of potential to grow, and I'm looking forward if a college gives me an offer.